With us today on VIP TV, one of the VIP boxers who sort of only maybe the boxing diehards knew a couple of weeks ago, but everyone's talking about him now. It's Mason Cartwright. You might not recognise him from the last interview I've done because the dreads have gone, and I don't know what sort of hairdo's under that beanie today. He's refusing to show us anyway.
I keep it on.
Mason, you're all smiles. It's a couple of weeks after the Troy Williamson fight. Before we push forward, just reflect on the fight, your thoughts now, 14, 15 days on.
Watching it back, I still believe I won the fight. I know obviously there was a lot of close rounds, and obviously there were close rounds that they gave to Troy, but I thought my aggression and my head movement was second to none in a lot of the rounds. I dipped a little bit after rounds 5, and I gave him a couple of rounds back. But I feel like I started picking my game back up towards the back end of the fight, like rounds 10, 11 and 12. And personally, worst case scenario, that with them giving Troy the rounds instead of me, I score it 6-6, but with the knockdown, I should have still took it by a point. And obviously being a little bit favourable to myself, go, do you know what, I'll give myself that round. I say 7 rounds to 5, but it is what it is. Can't cry over a bad decision, because at the end of the day, nothing's going to get done about it. Nothing will change. All I need to do now is obviously push on and obviously capitalise on my good performance. And obviously I've shown everyone at the level that I'm competing at now. So get back out and dust off the feathers and go again.
That's right. You took the loss, but from that loss, I mean, you haven't lost a British title fight, and you're going to the back of the queue. People know who you are. You just have to look at people who thought Troy had won. If you look at social media, the number of good boxing people saying, well, Mason Cartwright's showing the level he belongs at. He's got to get another big fight. It wasn't, even disputed or whatever the loss, where you're suddenly at the back of the queue, is it?
No, definitely not. As I say, the performance put me on the map. And like I say, I've had a massive spout of inactivity. Like I've had 1 round in 2.5 years, and I jumped straight in a fight like that. Not many people do that. And listen, next time I do get a big fight like that, I'm going to be better and sharper again, because I've had them 12 rounds experience, obviously with one of the best 154s there is. So, well, in the country. So I'm happy to obviously jump in and box anyone at this weight within the top 10 names. So hopefully we can get another good fight off the back of it.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. But before we push forward, just let us know, how good is Troy?
Lovely boxer. He's obviously got respectable power. But
yeah, so I was going to ask about the power.
Yeah, he's got respectable power, and he's sharp. But I wasn't phased or wobbled or rocked at any point. I took his shots well. Whether that's just me being me, I'm a bit of a fighter, or whether it's obviously he hasn't got as much power as what people think. But as I say, like he's got respectable power. You can't just go walking through his shots. But as I say, he didn't have me in danger at any point.
Yeah. Does it, that fight totally also, wipe the memory of another defeat when you lost to Danny Ball when you was winning and just got caught? I mean, it must just wipe that away now.
I was completely weight drained for that fight, honestly. I was playing up to the camera saying, yeah, I feel great, but really I wasn't. Like I struggled big time. Like I was having bad spars the last couple of weeks of camps, everything. Like I was just completely depleted. And like I say, the shot that Danny Ball stopped me with, I'd normally eat that for breakfast. It was just a case of I was a bit dehydrated, and obviously you can't rehydrate your brain sufficiently enough in them 24 hours between weighing in and then obviously boxing. But as I say, I learned from it, because I realised that I'm a 154 fighter, and it made me realise and go, do you know what? Let's stop trying to hold on to that 147 division. Just let it go. I don't care if people are saying I'm small and this and that. Like I know I'm strong, and I know I perform better at 154. So it gave me that nudge I needed to go, do you know what? I'm done with 147. I don't feel good. What's the point? So yeah, as I say, I take the learning curve from it.
Yeah, but I think we're in an era at the moment, and obviously you're come in that category of boxers where so many of you try to get down to the lowest weight possible, don't you? You don't, it isn't just you. How many fighters are good fighters? Absolutely. Do we know of? How many do you know? You're with fighters every day who are just murdering themselves to get down to. Because there's this thing in the head about the lighter you get, the more powerful you're going to be.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. You might be for like 3 or 4 rounds, but you're still depleted. So whether or not you're big and strong for them rounds, later on in that fight, in them 12 rounds, it's going to get to you, fact. So if you want to box at a high level and say you can't rehydrate properly and you can't replenish everything that you've depleted, you're fighting a losing battle, especially over them 12 rounds. And like, as I say, as a championship fighter, I think you're best off being energized and knowing that you've got that in the bag. Like, I know I can do the 12 rounds. I knew I could do the 12 rounds before doing the 12 rounds of the day, but I've now obviously proven to everyone that I can do it, not only them, but also to myself. And it wasn't a slow pace either. So I know I can be in a war for 12 as well. I don't want every fight to be a war, but
you don't want too many of them for you.
Yeah.
Let's just push it forward. Now, I'm sure you've had conversations with the VIP head, Steve Wood, who looks after you. What is the immediate future for you now? Are you going to be out soon, or is he going to be out in July, or are you just taking a rest till September or whatever?
No. I've been straight back in the gym. Been in the gym all week. I was in the gym. I was playing for my footy team on the Sunday, 2 days after my fight. I don't hang about. We've got a date penciled in. I can't obviously say just yet because it's not completely signed off, but it's going to be a good bill, good bit of exposure again, and hopefully a nutty win, and then obviously we push on from there. Hopefully get to box that British title again if Troy vacates it. That'd be the perfect scenario for me. So
worst case, you certainly if it vacates, you're either going to get a shot at the vacant, or at the worst case scenario, if the ball put eliminators out, if you're not in it, it's a steward's inquiry, isn't it?
Yeah, as I say, I should definitely be within an eliminator for it, if not getting to box for it, because as I say, I know that some of the scoring on the fight was questionable regarding obviously the wide points, but for a lot of the people watching, they thought I won. Not only my team, but obviously people watching, and some of Troy's own fans thought I'd won as well. It's just a case of obviously what the judges seen on the night. I felt like I had a lot of good inside work that possibly got overseen. But as I say, I'm full of confidence from it. So I'm ready, born ready.
Well, before we let you go, I know we've interrupted a snooker game to do this interview.
It's all right.
Back to work. What is your highest snooker break? And do you beat Steve Wood at snooker? Because he thinks that, or is he table tennis?
I've never played Steve Wood. I'll have to question him on that. I'll have to have a game with him, won't I? And to be honest, I've only just got back playing from lockdown because of the old snooker cue that we played at, the snooker place, it closed. So me and my mate Joe have just found another place local to us that we've just started coming back to. So my breaks haven't been too good at the minute.
I know you're a bit clever. You're very, very sharp. So you're not in that club just deliberately getting breaks of 10 and 11 and waiting for someone to put 50 quid down, and you go and knock in a 50 and they need snookers in 2 minutes. You're not a bandit, are you?
Say nothing and be a shark.
I tell you what, it was a pleasure talking to you, Mason. I'm excited for when your next date's going to be announced, and I'm sure we'll speak before the next fight.
It's not too far.
Oh, well, we'll be speaking very soon then.
Hopefully we can let everyone know soon.
Brilliant. Thanks very much indeed.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Thank you.
For all boxing info, news, and latest interviews, amateur and pro across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.